good takers? Welcome back to the first take. I'm at a race. I'm going to India for a movie that's been requested a couple of times actually, called Udta Punjab. Yeah, interesting. But the posters what caught my attention for this. Really interesting. So let's have a look, man. See what this is about. Is there any subtitles for this? Apparently, yep.
70% of Punjab youth is in drug addict. If this is not stopped, Punjab will soon become like Mexico.
Really?
यार मैं सुनिया मैक्सिको दी कुड़ियां बड़ी टोट हुंदी आ देखो मैं हूं आमने और तुसी हो सामने बुरा हैंडसम दिल लगे थामने जिंदगी चिल है या जियो स्पीड विच और क्रेजी मूड विच है रॉक कर दे और मिलना टॉमी सिंह से फिर टॉमी सिंह 3 2 1
कौन हो?
टॉमी
कुत्ता?
अंदर द कुत्ता चिकड़िए पाउडर की लाइन का रखेगा कौन हिसाब
टॉमी नु हाजिर करो
टॉमी वो ते कल राती लंदन चला गया
हाँ उड़ता पंजाब
अगर तुझे कोई बोले कि जो निकल गया ना वो तेरी लाइफ का सबसे अच्छा टाइम था वापस नहीं आना बाल खत्म पार्टी ओवर गो होम
कैसे ना आया अच्छा टाइम रे? हाँ? चला अच्छा टाइम खोजते तो ये हाल हो गया। माल चाहिए? बस हो गई ना चुतिया
कर जाना चौदो सारा यूथ खराब करता तुसी फुल ब्रांडिंग शेडिंग हो रही है
वो इन्हें तो तरक्की कहते बेबी
और हमारी तरक्की कहते हैं नाके का रेट तो वही है ना घंटा में जो 10,000
जशनपुरा में जो हो रहा है उसका आइडिया है अमृतसर का तरन तारण का पंजाब का है आइडिया आपको 2 अलग-अलग ड्रग्स है जो सिर्फ प्रिस्क्रिप्शन पे बिकनी चाहिए पर आप लोगों की मेहरबानी है कि बनाने वाले ये कॉकटेल बना भी रहे हैं और बेचने वाले खुलेआम बेच भी रहे हैं
सारे गबरू तो सुइयां लगा के टाइट है मैडम अब लेडीज को कुछ करना पड़ेगा ना बात आपकी और मेरी नहीं है ये बात है पंजाब की
That looks damn interesting, really does. What I like about that, what actually really impresses me, is it shows me it's a side of Indian culture, Indian youth culture. You don't actually get to see that much of it in the movies. I think many Indian movies are more about portraying the ideal image of love or what it is to be a hero. We rarely get these sort of movies like this that really kind of aren't scared to look at the seedier side of what every culture has. Every culture has those sort of issues with drugs. Every city around the world with gangs and violence. Like it's everywhere. It's not contained to any one continent or country or culture or race or anything, but you rarely get to see it. Some places like to kind of push that aside. And this is really interesting because it kind of presents it in a more an accessible way, because it did still seem to have that flair of what most Indian movies do, but it seems to be dealing with a serious subject, and I like the fact that it's dealing with it through the POV of 4 different individuals. It kind of tells it like you can presume, you don't know how it actually gets handled, we ain't seen the film yet, but it's kind of like how Tarantino did with Pulp Fiction, where you kind of have these stories of all these different individuals and all those stories kind of intersect somehow here and there. So I'm kind of curious to see whether that has that flair, how well this director handles all of these 4 individuals and whether they're all balanced as each other. Like, just from the trailer, the one about this guy who's like a rock star seems to be the one that catches my attention the most, because that looks like the most out there, outrageous and frankly fun. And the performance that guy gives just seems straight up out there. It just seems really entertaining. I want to check that one out. So I didn't get as much of a grasp of what the other 3 personalities are. But I'm really curious for this. I'm really going to keep an eye out because I like the idea and I like that it's telling a story which I haven't heard before. You know, of a culture, the way it kind of affects that state of in Punjab and the people there, and just kind of how they balance that. If it's gonna be the people fighting for the right people, the users, the dealers, the people fighting against it, the corrupt. Like, yeah, I want to know how it handles because it sounds interesting. It really does. What more do you know about this, and how many of you are from this state, Punjab state, and even if you're not, like, what's that situation like where you're from in India? Like I said, it's not something we hear that much of over here. Like, is it legitimate? Were they exaggerating when they said if they don't get a handle on it soon, it will be at the point that it is in Mexico? Like, that's an extreme, because Mexico's out there as far as like the whole drug problem. It's not just about the users, but it's also about the dealers, the gangs. I just want to have a look at that first line about how many people it said was addicted of the youth. 70%. Is that for real? Like, legitimately, is that for real in the Punjab state? Is it that bad? The fuck? If it is, wow. Is it that crazy? Is it at that Mexico level, or is it truly something that you see like a decade away, where it could just be, you know, Mexico City, it's too dangerous to even visit as a tourist? Let me know, guys. I'm really curious, but purely as a movie, this looks really interesting. I'm gonna keep an eye out for this. Really am. Write comments down below if you like the video. Please subscribe. Give me a thumbs up. I'm Ed Reese, and this has been my first take to Udta Punjab official trailer. Hello, people.